At this time, we direct your attention to midfield for a special presentation. The Malvern School District, in coordination with the Malvern Leopard Foundation, would like to introduce and recognize the 11th annual class of the Malvern Leopard Wall of Honor. The Malvern Leopard Wall of Honor was established in the spring of 2010 by the Malvern Leopard Foundation to recognize individuals who have greatly contributed to the Malvern School District or to recognize individuals who have graduated from Malvern High School and gone on to great success in their current workplace. Nominations are submitted each June from the public for this honor. In July, the Malvern Leopard Foundation Board of Directors reviews applications and selects 3 to 5 candidates to represent the district with this honor. The Malvern School District Board of Directors then confirms the recommendations each August. At midfield, Superintendent of Schools Brian Golden and Malvern School District Board of Directors President Steve Williams would like to present a commemorative plaque to this year's recipient. Each recipient will also have a name plaque on the Wall of Honor located outside the district's safe room on Main Street. Our first honoree on the 40-yard line on the east end of the field is the family of Miss Terri Bryant. Terri Bryant, known fondly to Malvern School District students and faculty as Miss B, graduated in 1972 from Lake Hamilton High School. Terri received her BSc in 1976 and an MSc in 1979 from Henderson State University, graduating magna cum laude for both degrees. Terri was a classroom teacher from 1976 through 1985 at Lake Hamilton Elementary, Central Elementary, Philadelphia, Ohio, and Camden Elementary. During this time, Miss B began furthering her education and by 1989 had completed degrees for an elementary and secondary administrator and K-12 curriculum specialist from the University of Arkansas. In 1985, she was hired as principal at Mount Holly Public School and worked there until 1982 when she became principal at Peak Elementary in Arkadelphia. We came to love our Miss B in 2000 when she became principal at Wilson Elementary, now Wilson Intermediate School. Each day the students were met with her engaging smile. She was an advocate for her students. She cared enough to get to know the kids and build a connection with them. Once you were her student, you were always her student. Her energetic approach to education was driven by her devotion to her students. It was said that she placed great emphasis on student achievement and acknowledged their success before peers, parents, grandparents, and the community. In 2012, Terri became the School Health Coordinator and School Improvement Specialist, Director of School-Based Health Clinic, and grant writer until her retirement in 2020. Terri was nominated for the 2001-2002 school year for Arkansas Principal of the Year, National Distinguished Principal Award by Arkansas Association of Elementary School Principals. Ms. B graduated in 2006 from the Arkansas Leadership Academy. She received the Hot Spring County Community Appreciation Award in 2018. Ms. Bryant was also a charter member of the Malvern Kiwanis Club. Through this organization, she continued to share her servant's heart for the children of Hot Spring County. After retirement, Terri and her husband Larry, who were married for 19 years, moved to Camden, South Carolina. She was a member of the Kershaw County Business Network International, where she was a health coach to many. Terri and her husband Larry were members of Malvern Hill Baptist Church, Camden, South Carolina. Miss B, gone too soon, but never forgotten. Join me in a round of applause for Miss Terri Bryant for her contributions to the community and the Malvern School District. Our next recipient at the 45-yard line is Coach Rich Kolananni. After graduating from Roxbury High School in 1972, an 18-year-old Yankee named Rich Kolananni made his way from Kenville, New Jersey to Henderson State College in Arkadelphia, Arkansas to play baseball. Rich received his BSc from Henderson in 1978. During his time at HSU, he was an All-AIC NAIA District 17 baseball player in 1974. He was a member of Phi Lambda Chi fraternity, serving as president, and received the D.D. McBrien Scholarship Award and was nominated in 1978 for Who's Who in American Colleges. In 1982, Rich received his master's degree from Henderson State University. In 1979, Coach C was hired as an assistant coach at Malvern Junior High School. Over the next 23 years, he served in a wide range of coaching positions: head junior high football coach, defensive coordinator and assistant senior high coach, elementary football coordinator, head senior girls basketball, head senior girls track, and head senior and junior boys track, in addition to various classroom teaching assignments. Malvern Senior High School girls track team was the 3A runner-up state champions in 1981 and 1982. The Lady Leopards senior track team was 3A state champions in 1983 and 1984. The 1983 team amassed a 30-point margin over the second-place team. According to Mr. Bill Hunt, a former superintendent, these were the first state championships in any sport in the modern era, with the last one being in 1932. Coach C coached 5 consecutive state champions and 3 Meet of Champs champions in 100-meter hurdles and was selected Outstanding District Track Coach 5 times. In both 1983 and 1984, the Leopard 400 and 800-meter relay were state champions and went on to compete in the Meet of Champs, finishing in 3rd place. Angela Green, Karen McCollum, April Freeman, Linda Hayes, and Peggy Block were on this team. Angela Green still holds the 3A state record in the 100-meter hurdles at 14.3. From 1985 to 1995, as head junior high football coach, his teams won or shared 7 conference championships. In 1990 and 1992, the junior high had undefeated 9-0 seasons, which resulted in players shaving Coach C's head in a celebration. The senior girls basketball team in 1982 had their first MHS state championship appearance. Coach C was an inspiration and motivation to his athletes off the field also. Several of his former athletes credit the hard work he required from them that helped make them the men they are today and cherish the lessons he taught them. He was a coach that was there for his players, teaching them to never give up. He was loved and respected by his players. Coach C has been married to the former Terri Nix for 39 years. They have 3 children, BJ, Kristen, and Mick, all graduates of Malvern High School, and 7 grandchildren that are his greatest pride and joy. Thank you for your contributions to the community and the Malvern School District, Coach C. Join me in a round of applause. Our 3rd recipient tonight at midfield is the family of Clint Fuller. Clint Fuller, because of his love for football, had a dual graduation from Malvern High School in 1941 and 1942. He was an all-state running back that earned him a football scholarship in 1942 at the University of Arkansas. He was drafted his freshman year into the United States Army Air Corps. From 1942 through 1945, he was a gunner in a B-24 bomber in Europe. He served in the 506th Squadron, 44th Bomb Group. He completed 24 missions during World War II. On his 25th mission on October 31st, 1944, his plane was shot down over Nuremberg, Germany. He spent 6 months as a prisoner of war in German prison camps and was liberated by the Russians in April of 1945. He achieved the rank of Staff Sergeant. Mr. Fuller was awarded 2 Purple Hearts, the Air Medal, and Prisoner of War Medal for his service. After being discharged, he enrolled at Henderson State Teachers College, now Henderson State University, and graduated in 1948. While at Henderson, he played football and baseball. From 1948 through 1951, Mr. Fuller coached football and basketball at the Nashville School District and Stamp School District. After coaching for several years, Mr. Fuller entered the retail world. He was employed at Wilson Sporting Goods from 1951 to 1985. In 1985, he became a salesman at Nevco Scoreboards. Before leaving Nevco in 1999, he sold the Malvern School District the first message scoreboard in the state of Arkansas. Mr. Fuller served on the Malvern School Board of Directors for 12 years, from 1958 to June of 1970. During his tenure, he served 3 terms as president in January of 1961 through October of 1961, October of 1965 through September of 1966, and April of 1970 through June of 1970. He also served 2 terms as secretary from February of 1959 through November of 1959 and August of 1968 through March of 1969. He was on the board when Malvern High School building was constructed, where the remodeled building stands today. Mr. Fuller was also a high school and college football referee for 35 years for the AIC, Southland Conference, and the Southwest Conference. He officiated 2 national championships games. The 3 major bowl games he officiated were the 1975 Sugar Bowl between Penn State and Alabama, the 1979 Gator Bowl between the University of North Carolina and Michigan, and the 1981 Sugar Bowl between Georgia and Notre Dame. A football rules interpreter for 25 years, Mr. Fuller was ranked as the Southwest Conference top official. In 1996, Mr. Fuller was inducted into the Arkansas High School Coaches Association, Arkansas Officials Association Hall of Fame. He was also inducted into the Henderson Reddies Hall of Fame in 2001. Clint Fuller is survived by his wife, Imogene Jean Fuller, whom he met while attending Henderson State University. 2 children, Candy Teague and Dr. Jim Fuller, his wife Susan. 4 grandchildren, Brandy Gordon, her husband Bryant, Wilson Wood, Shane, Clint Fuller IV, deceased, Ashley West, Matthew. 4 great-grandchildren, Fuller Judkins, Ella Beth Gordon, Macy West, and Finley West. Thank you to Clint Fuller for his contributions to the community and the Malvern School District. Please join me in a round of applause. Our 4th recipient at the 45-yard line is Sergeant Major Bryant Hawkins. Bryant Hawkins graduated from Malvern High School in 1995. He attended Henderson State University, Troy University, and he graduated from Trident University with a Bachelor of Science degree in Health Sciences. Sergeant Major Hawkins joined the U.S. Army in 2001. He attended basic combat training at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. He graduated as a combat medic while at Fort Sam Houston, Texas, and a practical nurse at a Joint Base Lewis McChord, Washington. His military education includes all levels of the non-commissioned officer professional development system through the NCO Leadership Center of Excellence. Sergeant Major Hawkins has served the Army as a practical nurse instructor, writer, treatment NCO, platoon sergeant, hospital education department, NCOIC plans, and operations NCO, detachment, sergeant of operations, NCOIC deputy commander for patient support services, NCOIC company, and 1 SG and troop SGM. He served at William Beaumont Army Medical Hospital, Fort Bliss, Texas, 261st Multifunctional Medical Battalion, 274th Forward Surgical Team, 28th Combat Support Hospital, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, Carl R. Darnell Army Medical Center, Fort Hood, Texas, Blanchfield Army Community Hospital, Fort Campbell, Kentucky. He also served at overseas assignments in Seoul, South Korea. His deployments include Iraq and Syria for combat operations. Sergeant Major Hawkins currently serves as Chief Medical NCOIC for the 1st Cavalry Division, Fort Hood, Texas. Sergeant Major Hawkins has received numerous awards and decorations, which include the Bronze Star Medal, Meritorious Service Medal, Joint Service Commendation Medal, Army Commendation Medal, Army Good Conduct Medal, National Defense Service Medal, Iraq Campaign Medal, Inherent Resolve Campaign Medal, Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Professional Development Ribbon, Army Service Ribbon, Overseas Service Ribbon, Combat Action Badge, Driver's Badge, Expert Field Medical Badge, Basic Parachutist Badge, Air Assault Badge, Netherlands Parachutist Badge, and Germany Army Marksmanship Badge. He is married to First Sergeant Retired Nicole M. Hawkins. They reside in Temple, Texas. They have 4 children and a son-in-law. Sergeants Terrence and Sydney Evans, U.S. Army, Ramstein, Germany. Sergeant Bree Colbert, U.S. Army, Fort Jackson, South Carolina, and twins Jacob and Julia. Thank you for your contributions to the community, our country, and the Malvern School District. Sergeant Major Bryant Hawkins. Our final recipient of the night at the 40-yard line on the west end of the field is Mr. Raymond ONeill. Raymond ONeill graduated from Malvern High School in 1965. From 1977 through 2019, he served on the Malvern Leopard football chain crew. He was responsible for organizing and assigning the volunteers for 42 years. Mr. ONeill also volunteered as a coach and manager for the Malvern Senior Babe Ruth League. He served 25 years with the Arkansas Army National Guard and U.S. Army and retired as a major. For 24 years, Mr. ONeill was a brick mason for Reynolds Metal Company. Mr. ONeill was a charter member and deacon at Washita River Fellowship. He was an active volunteer for Cup of Water Food Pantry at Washita River Fellowship. He was instrumental in coordinating the Washita River Fellowship's participation in school, community, and church partnership with the coaching staff to provide meals for the junior high, senior high football teams, and cheerleaders prior to the game. Mr. ONeill also coordinates Washita River Fellowship's participation with Junior ROTC to provide meals prior to special activities for the Junior ROTC members. He married his high school sweetheart Sandra in 1966. They raised 2 daughters who also graduated from Malvern High School, the late Tina Farber and Amber Childers. 4 of their 6 grandchildren are also Malvern graduates. Thank you for your contributions to the community and the Malvern School District, Mr. Raymond ONeill. Please give one more round of applause to the Malvern Leopard Foundation Class of 2022 Wall of Honor recipients.